This time on Movie Show Plus, Greg Russell interviews the cast of Unbroken, Path to Redemption.
Yeah, for some reason, when we get into these situations, then other things just start to pile on, and I have to believe that a lot of that has to do with our mentality.
Tom Santilli reviews a couple new documentaries hitting theaters, and we'll give you the first glimpse of the newest marvelous Marvel movie.
So you're not from around here?
It's hard to explain.
All that, plus a whole lot more, coming up on Movie Show Plus.
Michi, come here. There's a Smallfoot dialing in that wants to talk to us.
Hello, Migo and Michi. Can you hear me? 1, 2, 1, 2. Hello.
I love how they talk, don't you? Mm-hmm. Hello, Smallfoot.
Bless you, Lewis. Welcome home. All of Torrance was praying for your safe return.
Miracles didn't save me, Padre. A couple of atomic bombs did that.
You're Louis Zamperini, aren't you? Thank you
For what?
for preserving the free world for silly girls like me.
When things are going bad for some reason, especially for your character, they just go bad.
Yeah, I think it's a common experience. I feel like, there's a reason that people say when it rains it pours, or whatever colloquialism that you want to use. If that's did I use that word correct?
Yeah.
Good. Okay, fantastic. So anyway, the point is that, for some reason, when we get into these situations, then other things just start to pile on, and I have to believe that a lot of that has to do with our mentality and the way that we look at things, right? So that this movie specifically, really, I think that's a subtextual kind of thing that's going on with Lou. That once he starts to understand and go, oh wait, hold on, this is another way that I can process this particular situation. That is what really ends up changing a lot for him.
People from all over the country want to know if you're going to run in the London Olympics.
What's this?
If you're going to train for London, you have to do it right. Just go nice and easy, see if you can make it all the way around.
You think you can run a 4.7 mile again? I wouldn't be doing this if I didn't.
In the beginning of the movie, of course, everything's good. He comes back from the war, hanging out on the beach.
Yeah.
Sees this lady, and it's kind of like, wow.
Yeah, I think she was charmed right away.
Well, I'm very charming.
Yes,
very charming.
yes, you are. The whole Midwest thing.
Yeah, exactly.
So
that's what we're known for.
Wasn't hard. Wasn't hard. Yeah, no, they have a very fast whirlwind romance and kind of fall in love immediately.
Right.
Which was fun to play. And they're really cute scenes when they first meet. You feel it.
These men did terrible things to you. What are you going to say to them?
Michi, come here. There's a Smallfoot dialing in that wants to talk to us.
Hello, Migo and Michi. Can you hear me? 1, 2, 1, 2. Hello.
I love how they talk, don't you? Mm-hmm. Hello, Smallfoot.
Hello. Hey, glad to see you both. Now tell me, what's your movie about?
I'm sorry, what's a movie? Oh, wait, is that thing where you project a series of images in rapid succession to a large group of people who've come to see a good story?
Yes, that's exactly it. You got it.
Oh, well, this movie will blow your minds. I mean, you get to meet my boy Migo, who makes this epic discovery. It turns our home above the clouds upside down.
Look, I don't want to spoil anything, but it is epic! It's all big. It's big action. It's big laughs. Big emotion. I mean, big. Like, bigger than even me.
As you can expect, it gets a little hairy. You see what I did there, hairy? Because, we're hairy, obviously.
All right. Now, I've heard a lot about SES. What is that?
Yeah, no, I'm so glad you asked that. You happen to be speaking to the group's founder. SES means Smallfoot Evidentiary Society.
They're the coolest, funniest, weirdest group of friends.
We make it our mission to prove that Mego is right, that Smallfoot are real, and that this whole other world exists beyond this one Yeti village on the top of a mountain above the clouds.
We collected all of these bizarre artifacts like this. We call it the Scroll of Invisible Wisdom. Seriously, what the heck is on this thing?
I gotta tell you, a good film. And what would you say this movie's overall message is?
I think this movie is really about the search for truth and really understanding that there's no reason to be afraid of each other just because we're different.
Yeah, stand up to that Stonekeeper. I mean, I had to risk eternal banishment from my village. I don't know if you know this, but there's not a lot of choices when it comes to finding a new place to live up here. It's like snow, 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 rock, snow, snow. Not a lot of choices, okay?
All right. Mego, Michi, thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure.
You are more than welcome.
Have an awesome day, and you, my friend, you've been the best.
And remember, Yeti or not, here we come.
Check out MovieShowPlus.com to watch this episode online and for exclusive content, extended interviews with Greg Russell, and a complete archive of movie reviews with Tom Santilli. Also, make sure to like and follow us on social media and on our Movie Show Plus YouTube channel.
Being empowered starts with getting informed, looking closer. 1 in 8 women will be diagnosed with breast cancer in her lifetime. But many of us don't know there are different types of breast cancer with different characteristics. That was me. Learning about the specifics of my diagnosis gave me the confidence to make informed treatment decisions with my doctor. This meant everything to me and my family. So take another look. Ask another question. Learn more at notonetype.org.
A Dream Limousine continues to be Metro Detroit's finest luxury transportation service. 734-542-6800. Offering late model luxury SUVs to brand new party buses that seat up to 34 passengers. 734-542-6800. Including the one-of-a-kind Escalade Stretch with the exciting jet door. Call 734-542-6800. That's 734-542-6800. A Dream Limousine.
The world is a mysterious place. There are marvels of nature just waiting to be discovered by those who are daring enough to look. Marvels like the creature I had only heard existed in legend. A mythical monster straight out of your worst nightmares, with wild eyes and a hideous face and feet that were amazingly, freakishly small!
Once you really pull back the layers and see what this movie's about,
yeah.
Oh man, this is a great message.
Yeah. No, it definitely has a message to me that exudes what we need right now. It's kind of fitting to the times. Like, as much as we know this is a fun movie and it's built for the kids and for our families, but to be able to ask why these things are, why a system is set up the way it is, and you question it. I mean, how many people right now we see talking about that as adults and young adults?
Yeah, and it does it in a way that's really joyful. You know, I think it's a really good counter for, you know, some of the Pixar movies, which are like, they're masterpieces in their own right. But you know, just kind of is a breath of fresh air, in my opinion.
Because like you said, here's your guy who, you know, he learned everything growing up, got to learn by the rocks, got to learn by his dad with the flat head.
Totally.
But then because something happens, he discovers, you know, some other things that are going on. And instead of just letting it, you know, go by, he questions them all.
Yeah, I mean, I think something, because Migo is such a believer, like he's just in. He's all the way in. And then when something happens, that really just completely crushes that belief. Like, he's like, well, I saw what I saw, and that's and I'm an honest person. You've always, you know, you taught me to be honest, and you taught me to, like, you know, never tell a lie, and he can't tell a lie because he saw what he saw, and then forces him to go and, like, see what is really out there and what it means for the village.
Yeah, and then your guy, I mean, the leader who knows all the real answers, but understands that, hey, I've got to protect my people.
Yeah.
So
I mean, I think it's, for me, I really felt like, okay, this is a good leader, but at the same token, I believe in telling, you know, the community the truth, which I was grateful that, you know, because of Migo as a character, that the Stonekeeper eventually had to face the truth and not be stuck in the old ways of traditions that were passed down from generations before, and just abiding by those things. So, you know, I like the journey of the Stonekeeper, because it's important for, I think, you know, older powers that be to know, like, look, the young have ideas, the young, and there's new ways to do this and bring people together. So anyway, I like the playing the Stonekeeper.
Oh yeah, I was gonna say, get a coat like that. Shoot, that's a fun way to dress up on a Saturday night.
He had an arc. He had a good arc. I mean, he changed in the end. I mean, he had something to learn.
Yeah.
There's so many layers to this film, which is what I love, and I like the fact that my character is that kind of voice of reason for Percy, and more than that, that every character in this movie, whether Smallfoot or Bigfoot, goes through some crazy transition of the importance of honesty, integrity, and the importance of caring for one another.
Yeah. And also, I have to ask this real quick. What was it like when you got to see yourself animated in the movie?
It was very cool. It was strange to hear my voice come out of something that isn't me. But it was really amazing. And what's very cool is that the team was great in just making Brenda come to life. I remember one time it was like, can we make her hair color a little darker, a little curlier? And all those things I feel like are what made Brenda, and at the same time, a little bit Yara.
Hey, don't be scared. Look, it's just a story. Everyone knows that the Smallfoot isn't real.
Or is it?
Oh, that's nice. Real nice. Way to scar him for life.
Kid, the next time I say let's go someplace like Bolivia, let's go someplace like Bolivia. Next time. Ready? No, we'll jump.
Yo, what? What you say? Yo, bad! Yo, bad!
I hope I never make a woman that angry.
There are two highly anticipated documentaries opening this weekend, but before we get to them, let's talk about The House with a Clock in Its Walls. Yes, it's one of the more awkward titles of the year. It is based on a novel by John Bellairs. It stars Jack Black, Cate Blanchett, Kyle MacLachlan, and the young Owen Vaccaro. It's directed by Eli Roth, which is kind of interesting because Eli Roth is the director of such horror films as Hostel, Knock Knock, Cabin Fever. He also just did Death Wish earlier this year. So it's interesting that Eli Roth is directing a film that is aimed at families and children. The plot of this one, it's a haunted house, kind of a family-style mystery. Young Lewis, again played by Owen Vaccaro, goes to live with his crazy uncle and aunt in a house that seemingly has deep, dark secrets hidden in its walls. It's really witty. There's a lot of funny dialogue, some good banter, but the film seems to lose its way the longer that it goes on. It starts off feeling like a film that could have been a classic, one where kids and adults would have walked away happy, but despite being about magic, the film doesn't really possess any. Even still, there's enough here where kids are going to really enjoy themselves. But here's a strong warning, too. Despite the PG rating, there are definitely some very scary sequences that I thought could have and should have landed this one in the PG-13 territory. This is the mildest of recommendations, a good, not great family comedy just in time for Halloween, and I give it the passing grade of a B-. On to the documentaries hitting theaters this week. First off, it's Michael Moore's supercharged political documentary, Fahrenheit 11/9.
I'm sick and tired of people telling me that America's the greatest country because we can whip your ass.
I hate some of these people, but I'd never kill them.
How do you deal with this? You're never going to be able to unsee what you saw.
Try to impeach him. Just try it. You will have a spasm of violence in this country like you've never seen.
Quarterbacks is a follow-up companion film to his earlier Fahrenheit 9/11, which was all about the Bush presidency. Michael Moore is one of the best argument makers in the business, which is why he's the most successful documentarian of all time. But diehard fans of his might be a bit surprised to find out that his latest work isn't just a Donald Trump hit piece. It is that too, don't get me wrong. No, Michael Moore takes on pretty much the entire establishment here. Republicans, Democrats, Hillary, Obama, and especially Michigan Governor Rick Snyder. In fact, the movie is really a film about the ongoing Flint water crisis wrapped in the guise of a rally cry for political activism. Watching the U.S. premiere of the film in Flint, Michigan, alongside residents of Flint, it really made the water crisis hit home in a personal way that sometimes gets lost in the never-ending news cycle. Michael Moore isn't on screen as much as he usually is in his films, but he has a lot more to say here than ever before. This is a wild, all-over-the-place journey that Moore successfully steers home, and in the end, this really truly is a must-watch for all Americans on both sides of the aisle, in my opinion. Unfortunately, Moore's name alone will most likely mean that this movie is equivalent to him just preaching to the choir. But he's hoping his choir really uses their voice like never before come this November. Fahrenheit 11/9 is a classic Michael Moore film. It's a vital, angry cry for help, not just for a nation in turmoil, but for a city left behind. I give it an A-. The other doc in theaters this weekend is not as hard-hitting, and is one that everyone should be able to find common ground on.
Hi, I'm Gilda Radner, and, okay, now.
I can't believe this is her handwriting.
This is a real honor. Like, seriously, this is huge.
Are these actually her papers? Like what she...
This is, Gilda Radner, her voice and her writing.
She was the very first performer chosen for the cast of Saturday Night Live.
From the time I was a kid, I loved to pretend.
I can't imagine how I got famous. I just took the next job and millions of people were watching me do it.
Love, Gilda is a biopic all about the late Gilda Radner, the comedic genius who was the breakout star among the original cast of Saturday Night Live. The film's fairly straightforward, but it's a loving remembrance of a singular talent, one that was taken from us all too soon. You'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll come away with a well-rounded take on who she was and what she did, even if it never really digs all that deep into her psyche. Love, Gilda is a fine film, but probably not as special as its subject. I give it a B. There are lots of other films coming out this week, like the Ethan Hawke directed Blaze and the Kristen Stewart Chloe Sevigny vehicle Lizzie. For those reviews and more, please check me out on Rotten Tomatoes. Just go to RottenTomatoes.com and click on Critics List, then navigate to my name, Tom Santilli. You'll find all of my reviews there. You can also, of course, follow me on Twitter at Tom Santilli and hit up the MovieShowPlus.com website as well. That's all for this week. We'll see you at the movies.
War is a universal language. I know a renegade soldier when I see one. Never occurred to me that one might come from above. Space invasion, big car chase. Truth be told, I was ready to hang it up till I met you today. So you're not from around here?
It's hard to explain. I keep having these memories. I see flashes. I think I had a life here. But I can't tell if it's real.
We have no idea what threats are out there. We can't do this alone. We need you.
I'm not what you think I am.
I honestly can't remember why we kept most of this stuff to begin with.
Don't you remember that kite? We used to love flying that with Mother and Father.
Those days are long behind me.
That's why I live and breathe.
I was flying the kite and it got caught on a nanny.
Mary.
Poppins, you came back.
You seem hardly to have aged at all.
Really? One never discusses a woman's age, Michael. Would have hoped I taught you better.
What brings you here after all this time?
Same thing that brought me the first time. I've come to look after the bank's children.
Us?
Oh, yes, you too.
We're about to lose our home. Everything's fallen to pieces since your mother.
I miss Mother.
Nothing's gone forever, only out of place.
It's a good thing you come along when you did, Mary Poppins.
How'd you do that?
Do what?
So you've been off filling the children's heads with stuff and nonsense.
You've forgotten what it's like to be a child.
Everything is possible.
Even the impossible. Off we go.
About every 3 minutes in America, someone is diagnosed with a blood cancer. Light the Night brings together survivors and supporters to bring light to the darkness of cancer and to help fund life-saving research. Our goal is a world without blood cancers, and we're lighting the path to cures. The discoveries made in blood cancer research have led to breakthrough treatments for many cancers and other serious diseases. Help defeat the darkness of cancer. Join Light the Night today.
A Dream Limousine continues to be Metro Detroit's finest luxury transportation service. 734-542-6800. Offering late model luxury SUVs to brand new party buses that seat up to 34 passengers. 734-542-6800. Including the one-of-a-kind Escalade Stretch with the exciting jet door. Call 734-542-6800. That's 734-542-6800. A Dream Limousine.
Check out MovieShowPlus.com to watch this episode online and for exclusive content, extended interviews with Greg Russell, and a complete archive of movie reviews with Tom Santilli. Also, make sure to like and follow us on social media and on our Movie Show Plus YouTube channel. Next time on Movie Show Plus. Join us for the brand new season of Movie Show Plus on October 7th, when we'll take a look inside the hit of the Toronto Film Festival, A Star is Born.
Almost every single person has told me they liked the way I sounded, but that they didn't like the way I look.
I think you're beautiful.
Any and all views and/or opinions expressed by me, Tom Santilli, are fully my own and do not necessarily reflect the views and/or opinions of Movie Show Plus, any other critic on the show, or anybody else associated with this program. Further, regardless of the letter grade a movie gets, I strongly encourage all viewers and followers to go see each and every movie that I review, in theaters and on streaming when appropriate, and support your local movie-going establishments.
Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.
Delicious things to eat.
The popcorn can't be beat. The sparkling drinks are just dandy. The chocolate bars and the candy. So let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat. Let's all go to the lobby to get ourselves a treat.